your back with it, guys. Please for 2 seconds. We're borrowing St. John's, so we can put ours back in the truck.
Alright, yeah, no worries.
Because it's only for lifting.
Yeah.
And our vehicle looks like it.
Yeah. Right, so pumping up.
It's the long handle.
Right, pumping up. Goes up.
Back up, right? Yeah. Back heel first.
This is your 5-minute warning before we start our road traffic collision, so our RTC.
But this is yeah, look at all the fire people getting ready. Lost out on a challenge.
Yeah, lost the bet somewhere,
The crews have just landed on scene. The watch manager there, you can see the white helmet, and the incident commander Tababa is doing a quick assessment of all the vehicles and assessing which vehicle requires to be prioritised. All the teams are working together, so what we do in this part is make sure we carry out a phased approach, and safety for us, the casualty and other emergency service personnel is completely key at this point. So we've been joined by Welsh Ambulance Service on the scene. So Hugh now is carrying out a brief prioritising the casualties and formulating what we call an extrication plan.
You don't want to? Okay, hold on then.
So the crews are in the process of stabilising the vehicle, so this means creating a safe working platform for us. As you can see now, the paramedics from Welsh Ambulance Service are starting to triage the patients.
So ladies and gents, this is a multi-agency approach to a serious road traffic collision. Truck driver's been on his phone, not concentrating. Serious accident, we've got 2 patients that need to be cared for. So our fire service colleagues have done that initial assessment, they're checking out the patient, and they're deciding on which way they're going to bring those patients out. They're bringing in our RAS colleagues then. So our 2 RAS colleagues here, we've got Charlie doing our initial assessment, checking the patient. They're going to maintain contact with our patient, doing all those vital ops, working together with our fire service colleagues as a patient-centered approach, making sure we can do the best for our patient in a safe and effective manner.
So our stabilisation is in to triage the casualties. So we're in a position now to try and start making some space within this vehicle. So the incident commander has come up with a number of plan options, making sure we account for every eventuality, just in case that casualty's condition is or likely to get any worse.
So we said patient-centered approach, working alongside our fire service colleagues. They can do those basic ops on the patient. We can give some essential pain relief. We can stabilise our patient. We can work with our patient whilst our fire service colleagues are working in and around us to assist to get that patient out quickly but safely, so we can get the patient off to hospital where they can receive that definitive care. We need additional help, so we're putting out extra calls now to further medical response to get an ambulance to see, so when we get a patient out, we can get them safely and quickly to hospital.
So our fighters are working in pairs, making sure that we're protecting the casualty from air. So as you can see, the crews now are in the process of taking off the boots, creating some space for us, which essentially will be part of the incident commander's main plan. So taking off some of the really deep for it to do the type of kit that we have on our appliances and our fire engines. So really good communication from the crews, making sure that everyone's aware of their movements and where they're going to start cutting or spreading the.
So we're bringing in Nigel. Nigel works for the hazardous area response team, Welsh Ambulance Service, working out for Bridgend. He's an officer who's been with the hazardous area response team since 2014, dealing with anything that's hazardous, so anything that's chemical, anything with BA. And he's going to assist with the crews now, and he can work within that hazardous area. He's got the extra kit to work alongside our fire service colleagues to create an extraction plan and to get the casualties out.
They're going to be zip lining into the floor.
So continuing that multi-agency response, police, fire, ambulance working together for that patient-centred approach, doing the best and the most for the patient to get them out safely and effectively, maintaining clinical, ensuring that pain relief is maintained, ensuring they can do the very best for the patient. This is a slow rescue. We're not particularly concerned about the patients at this time, but they continue to monitor their ops just in case their situation starts to deteriorate and we need to get them out a little bit quicker.
Okay, so the casualty's condition has deteriorated now, so Hugh now, who is the incident commander, has made the decision that we require a rapid extrication. So the crews with ambulance colleagues can work together, ensuring that we look after that person's neck and back as part of the extrication. Our ambulance colleagues have set up a small triage area to assist with further medical treatment that casualty may need.
So as Dave says, patients going downhill, we need to get them out quick. So work along our fire service colleagues there, let's get them boarded, let's get some fluids on board, let's give them some serious medication, let's stop that bleed, let's get them out, and we're going to establish what's going wrong, what's changed. So we're going to do a lot of treatment at scene now. Before we leave scene, before we take them to hospital, we can do that rapid investigation, try and find out what's going wrong and put it right before we leave scene. We do a lot more work at scene now before we get them in the back of the ambulance, before we get them to hospital. So we're continuing to work on the patient in the back of the car until we can get them out safely again. Right, here he comes, he's coming out now. Big cheer when he comes out, guys, big cheer when he comes out. Quicker than that.
That's really clever.
Okay, so casualty placed in the triage area. The crew's now first briefed by Nathan Commander. We see now focused on the driver, who's still in situ. They're making sure that we've got protection between any tools, so you can see assisting our cuts, making sure that we're looking after the casualty safety and ours. You can see that our firefighters have put down their bike to ensure that we're protecting our eyes.
Reset, right boss, reset me here.
Both sides of the vehicle, so simultaneous activity taking place. Throughout this incident, Hugh, who is the commander, is making sure that everything remains safe. We've got the appropriate protection on any sharp edges we may have created from our cutting. We're liaising again with our ambulance colleagues, rechecking the casualty's condition.
Owen's waving, see?
So you can see, ladies and gents, the amount of space that the fire service has created for us. You think about the car, it was at the beginning, and now it's fresh. By creating all this space, it means we can get closer to the patient, we can continue that care, and we can work alongside that fire service to get that patient out. We can continue giving that treatment, stabilising that patient, and making sure they're in the right place until we can get them out of the way of hospital.
That's perfect.
Scissor it. Scissor it. Yeah.
So the patient that was extracted was put on the scoop. That brings him out safely, maintains good alignment, so it doesn't make it makes it get on the stretcher. We can now load him onto the back of the vehicle and he's on his way to their heat. We're going to call ahead to the crews that heat, know that it's coming in, they're going to have a good idea of what injury to sustain. He's going to move straight into root stuff, potentially straight to theatre, to emergency care. So it's just going to aid his recovery, which means he's going to come home quicker.
Great view of that.
Patient number one is being treated on the roadside. He's been given all the necessary, they've given him small pain relief, and he's now on his way to hospital. For anyone that's interested, there will be a sept verbal available after this incident, and we'll look at the price.
And after this, they had a couple of little to say.
What does that mean?
Then you're going to take the roof off the car. Then you can buy the car.
So on a lot of occasions, this takes time, and it's important that it takes time. So they've got to carefully treat the patient, maintains stability on the patient while they work around the patient. So these incidents can take some time, but what we can do is continue the care for the patient whilst this is going. Just take it nice and easy, continue to keep the patient so we can get them out safely and not cause them any further injury. So we still treat the patient while fire service are creating us loads and loads of space.
So our crews have removed the rear seats, as Charles was saying there, just to create a little bit more space. It's all part of the incident commander's plan, working with our colleagues within the ambulance service. So there's lots of movement, lots of activity around the vehicle. So really good communication between the crews. We all understand what each other are doing. You can see the crews now starting to protect some of the cuts that we've made, making sure that we're protecting those sharp edges that have been created from our movements and our cuts. So again, formulating part of that plan for the incident commander is the safety of everybody, including that of the casualty, who obviously isn't dressed like we are in full PPE, so the red kit you can see the crews wearing. So making sure the casualty is safe at all times is a key priority for the incident commander.
Can you see how well that works, guys? That multi-agency working, fire, police and ambulance all working together for that patient-centred advice. For that patient in the forefront, working out the best plan, devising a plan, but having a backup plan, as we did for patient number 1, in case it all goes wrong and we need to get them out quick. These guys working together 24/7.
Windscreen, no, isn't it?
So what's good about these modern day cars is they're designed to take an impact. So when you see a car, it's all mashed up, all that momentum from the incident, from the crash, has been taken up by the car. But that makes it complicated for the fire service, because they've got to cut away to get us in to create space.
So the final few cuts now are being made. We should see some progress with that roof being folded over. Again, the whole idea of creating space and creating the cuts is part of the incident commander's execution plan to create a lot of space for the casualty.
That's bloody clever.
So you can all see how much space that's created by just folding the roof in half.
Absolutely brilliant.
The crew's now just tying down that roof just to make sure it doesn't spring back on us and hinder our casualty extrication plan. So all the sharps are now being protected at the rear of the vehicle.
Really good.
Throughout this, we've maintained really good communication with the casualty, letting them know what's happening, what noises to expect, and working again really closely with ambulance colleagues regarding monitoring that patient's conditions throughout the extrication. So we should almost be there now, ready to put the boards between the casualties back and the back of the seat. So really good communication now between paramedic colleagues and fire service, making sure the casualty's head is supported. So, from our initial plan of stabilising the vehicle, it's created a really good, safe working platform for us. So you can see there's some firefighters and members of staff within the vehicle and standing within the vehicle. So our initial approach has allowed this to happen. So again, safety from the outset is part of our phased approach, making sure that we maintain safety throughout the system.
So what's really important, guys, now is this patient's been in a nasty accident because he was on his phone, but we still need to get him out. We still need to get him out safely. So we've put a rigid board behind his back. So we're going to look after his C-spine, look after his back, look after his limbs. So we can get him out nice and slowly. And keep that neutral alignment, making sure that he's safely extracted from the vehicle and we don't cause him any further injury. So it's going to be nice and slow. So he's coming up the board, got good control, hands on, all the way up and out. Slowly does it, maintaining contact, neutral alignment, so we don't move or twist him or turn him in any way. He's coming right up now. So he's up at the top of the board. Still treating him, still giving him pain relief, still maintaining his obs, still giving him fluids, until we can get him safely up, out of the vehicle, onto the stretcher, and away to hospital.
Would have been there before the time. I've done that good. And then bought the car.
Jack, when you're over there, Charlie and you probably go to it later. I don't cover the box.
That's really clever.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, he's out.
Well done. Hey!
There's a big cheer.
Good job.
Well, we've got to compete with this afternoon's crowd, so let's do one big cheer for the emergency services that have been involved in this morning's road traffic collision demonstration.
Okay, and back in the arena at 12 o'clock is our fire cadet demo. So come back at 12 o'clock. So